What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23-1. That's right, I got a few stories coming your way today, but if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell because we drop content like this all the time. Now, the first story coming your way today is from Mississippi. Okay, a lot of you already know it's been spread all throughout Instagram, Facebook, all this social media of these inmates sending video footage and pictures of the living conditions that they're going through right now in Mississippi, especially, Parchman prison in Mississippi. I think the count is up to 5 now. 5 people have lost their lives over there recently in Mississippi's prison system, all right? And the conditions is just falling apart. People are setting cell blocks on fire. There ain't nobody else to blame for the fires except for the inmates, all right? So them morons. I never understood why people set stuff on fire. I understand they might want to get moved or something, but that ain't the way to do it, man. You know, because a lot of people are going to be paying the price for you setting the block on fire. And I'm going to tell you a story right here in a second that it's very sad, man. It's very sad that this guy has to go through this stuff. And, you know, I've been to prison twice in my life, and seeing some of these pictures of these individuals sleeping in a cell built for one person, 5 people in a one-person cell, sleeping all over the floors right next to the toilet. I mean, it makes me sick, man. Let me go ahead and read this story to you. And I got 2 other stories as well coming your way. And stay tuned at the end. I might tell you a little bit about my first trip to Bass Pro Shop. Parchman reopens Notorious long-closed Unit 32 after deadly Mississippi prison violence. Mrs. Shannon said she never imagined her son, who has stage 3 colon cancer and is undergoing treatment at the Mississippi State Penitentiary in Parchman, would be moved from the medical unit into a Notorious maximum security unit that was closed 10 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. So this lady is worried about her son that has stage 3 colon cancer. He is moved from the medical unit to a cell block that was closed down 10 years ago, okay? And those of y'all that don't know, all right, I've seen my share of prisons where the units were closed down, and just about every damn unit, if it's closed down for 10 years, that shit ain't livable no more, man. It ain't livable. And the reason why they closed it down to begin with is probably because it wasn't livable. But I understand when things hit the fan, you know, you got to open up cell blocks that ain't been open in 10 years. You got to put these dudes somewhere, you know. The majority of people that got transferred out of these units, I mean, it's probably too many for them just to kick them over to a new prison, and they can't do it just immediately. You know, they got to plan to transfer and all that stuff. So they got to throw them somewhere for the time being, and that's in this closed down ass mold infested, standing water, no running water, brown water if you do get any water. Man, I've seen all kinds of nasty shit coming from Mississippi. But I mean, this is what's to be expected. You know, if an emergency happens, this is the type of stuff that might happen. You know, it's sad to say, but it is what it is. You know, it's prison. This ain't no daycare camp. I mean, there's really nothing else I can say about it. You know, you lose a lot of rights when you go to prison, man. You just got to go with the flow. You got to go where they put you. And you know, the funny thing about this whole thing is that everything is being exposed through contraband cell phones. If it wasn't for the cell phones that inmates weren't allowed to have, nobody would know anything of what's going on in there. And I understand why they can't have cell phones. Yeah, they do drug deals and plan hits and all this stuff with cell phones behind the door. But at the same time, I mean, look at what you're seeing. And I know the people that run the whole prison system in Mississippi, they can't stand these contraband cell phones exposing all this bullshit. I know they can't, man. They're like, damn it, another damn contraband phone. Now we gotta say something about this because it's just been exposed and brought to the light. We gotta say something about it now. I know they hate them damn contraband cell phones, but check this picture out really quick. These individuals slammed up in a freaking cell big enough for just one person. Look at this. That's sad, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like the toilet ain't been flushed. It's sitting with it's just sitting stagnant. I'm pretty sure the water probably ain't running. But what's up with that guy up on the bunk? That dude, he needs to scoot the hell over. He needs to scoot over. There's enough room for 2-piece on that jank. And, you know, seeing this picture, it doesn't remind me of a cell, but it does remind me of a a ride to prison. You know, I left jail and they took everything that we had because we're going to prison. Long John, we didn't have no jacket or nothing. It's dead of winter. And the van picks us up, right? And we got to drive 5 hours to a prison. Dead of winter, freezing, you know, freezing. And we're sitting and booking, freezing, ready to be transferred. So even indoors, we're already freezing, you know? And by the time they came and cuffed us up and shackled us up, man, we were already shivering, freezing, you know? We were telling them, it better have the damn heat on that van, dog. We're freezing, you know? And sure enough, they didn't. You know, we stepped into the back of this damn van. It's a metal coffin. Everything is ice cold. The shackles, the cuffs, chains, the seat you're sitting on, the walls, everything is freezing. They ain't have no damn heat running in that shit, at least not in the back. So for about 5 hours, man, me and about 6 other guys, we were huddled up like damn football players in the back of that van, just trying to stay warm. I mean, we were shaking so bad that it was like life or death type of shit. That's how cold it was in the back of that damn van. And seeing the picture that I just showed y'all reminds me of it, because we were huddled up so close trying to keep warm, man. A couple of them I knew, but the other ones were strangers, man, you know? Right side by side, man, trying to huddle up and keep warm with some strangers. You don't even know these guys. He said that the sinks and showers don't work, mold covers the walls, and when inmates were first moved in, there was no electricity in Unit 32. That's a rough bid. And not only that, you gotta remember, this woman's son who has stage 3 colon cancer got moved into this shithole. Can you imagine having stage 3 cancer and being in a unit like that? I might have would have called it quits, man. Like, look, you know, I was dealt a shit ass hand in life this time. I think it's done. I think I'm done fighting the good fight, man. I'm just gonna let cancer take on over. You know, that's probably how my mind would have thought. I'm sitting in, went from medical unit to Unit 32 that's been shut down for 10 years, and I got stage 3 colon cancer, been battling for my life, and this guy's got life in prison, you know, for robberies. Can you believe that? You got life in prison for robberies, young buck. Here, I'll show you a picture of him really quick. This is the woman's son, Nicholas, 29, was diagnosed with colon cancer in January 2019 while in prison. To Shannon, her son is not a convict. She knows her son as smart, sensitive, and a loving kid who attended private school and excelled at football. Her son has been in prison since 2014. He's serving a life sentence for vehicle burglary and 2 counts of armed robbery out of Jackson County. Life sentence, ladies and gentlemen. Life sentence. Man, I feel sorry for his mama. Feel sorry. But, you know, it is what it is, man. You do the crime, you gotta do the time, man, whether you got cancer or not. But anyways, prayers for old Mississippi. I'm sure they'll tighten it up now that it's in the limelight and everyone's hearing about it. Or they might not, you know. When Arizona was in the limelight for all locked doors and shit, everyone thought that shit was getting fixed. They had like a time frame by the government or something to get their prisons into shape. And, you know, I'm still hearing reports about locked doors. They ain't fixing none of the locked doors, you know. So only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Only time will tell. Now let me bring another story coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. LoriLoughlin. LoriLoughlin, who is that? Have y'all ever seen, what was it, Full House? Or was it Step by Step? I think it was Full House, man. Full House with the twins and stuff. This girl right here. And I ain't gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen, don't tell Brittany now. But when I was a little kid, I had a crush on her. Full House boy, I had a crush on her. I know them girls out there had a crush on, what's his name too? What was it, Stamos? Something Stamos? Yeah, but I had a crush on her growing up. But look, old LoriLoughlin looks like she's landing herself and looking like she might be landing in the penitentiary, boy. She's definitely planning for it, okay? Learning prison lingo. Reportedly hires expert for max 45-year sentence. She ain't gonna get no 45 years, man. You know, I'd say about 2 to 3. But LoriLoughlin, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be just fine. Okay, you're too famous. And you're going to the feds. They're gonna take care of you, okay? You probably go to the same place old Martha went, who knows, and come out and start cooking with Snoop Dogg, you know? Who knows, man, who knows? But Lori, she's definitely trying to prepare for prison, and she's doing the right things, you know, learning prison lingo, probably learning how to cook in prison, how to defend herself. And, you know, these are things that you probably should, if you got the money or you got the time, or, you know, you're out in bond and you have, you know, 6-7 months before you have to turn yourself in. Some of these things you probably should do. Working out, try to get a little muscle mass on. I don't know, learn how to talk like a convict a little bit better, but none of that stuff's really gonna help you, man. People will be able to eat right through that shit. They'll be able to tell that you just learned that shit on, Prison's Guide for Dummies. They'll know. There ain't no way that you can just blend right in and act street and act like you know the ropes in prison. That shit, you can't learn it, man. You can be ready, you can be prepared, and you can hear about other people's situations, but inmates are gonna see right through it. It doesn't matter how much studying you do on prison. If you ain't about that life and you went into prison, inmates are gonna know it. Oh, Lori, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you don't get too much time, even though you were just trying to bribe someone to get your kids into better college and crew team, even though they've never even paddled on a cruise ship once in their life. But they got it into college, boy. They became captains of a crew team in college. I'm just playing. I don't think they became captains, but from what I heard, they became a part of the crew team. And, was getting into colleges they probably didn't have the grades for, all because of some money. And, I'm not mad at her. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like college is just a bunch of bullshit. Maybe for specific jobs, very particular jobs, college can be good, okay? But almost everyone that I know that has been to college and has their degree, I'm making more money than them now. And they still got some freaking debts they got to pay back to the school. There's a lot of opportunity for people out there, especially the ones that ain't never been to college. You think just because you ain't been to college, you can't become successful? Think again, man. There's so many success stories out there of inventors or people just making millions of dollars now that ain't even graduated high school. If you ain't got the money to go to college, you're going to be in some trouble if you don't find a job. You're going to be in debt up to your eyeballs. You ain't going to be able to get a car, a good house, because you owe this college all this damn money. But yeah, be careful about college, especially if you're not 100% into it. If you're just going to get the measly $1,000, $2,000 that they're going to give you for financial aid or whatever, and you're going to have to pay it back. Okay, don't think you ain't going to pay it back. You're going to be paying it back, but if you're doing it just for those reasons to get a little bit of cash, you're screwing yourself, man. Or if you want a degree, but you're not 100% into it, you hate school, then you probably shouldn't do it, man. If you're not going to do it 100% and excel in it to the max, then don't do it. Now, the last story coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. 2 former guards at Montgomery County Correctional Facility were sentenced for their roles in the beating of a one-legged inmate in Valentine's Day 2017, which was caught on video. Damn, that's horrible, man. Not only does the guy only got one leg, but he gets his ass whooped by 2 COs on Valentine's Day. That is the worst Valentine's Day he's probably ever had in his life. Let's see what they got sentenced to and charged with. Gregory was sentenced to 1 to 23 months in county jail. They ain't give him no years because he ain't going to prison. If they sentence you to months, you're staying in jail. But it said 1 to 23 months in county jail. What does that even mean, 1 to 23, I'm sure Philly has a different way to do it, but I'm sure he'll get out like 2 months. Collins was sentenced to 2 years of probation. He didn't even get no jail time. No jail time for beating a one-legged man on Valentine's Day. The justice system is very inconsistent, and I believe that's why they lose a lot of respect from the people, because it's so inconsistent. People will be getting charged with the charge and they'll get 30 years. Next man get the same charge and he'll get 2. I understand there's a lot of things that go into it, past charges, past criminal history, but some of these things, man, they're both equal, and I don't understand how one person got 30 and the other person got 1. Just like this case, these guys were guards, okay? They're put into position to protect. So that alone, if they're beating people up when they shouldn't be beating people up, they should be held at a higher level. They should be sentenced to much more time than a regular individual because they are the ones with the shield. They are in a position of power. I believe anyone who abuses their power should get their damn boots smoked. I can't stand cats like that, man. Now, before we go, let me tell you a little story about what happened to me in Bass Pro Shop. God dang Bass Pro Shop. I went there for the holidays to take my kids to see Santa Claus. Well, Brittany wanted me to take them over there, right? And I had my full beard going on. I had a full beard, right? I was like, all right, you know what? Bass Pro Shop, at least I'ma fit in a little bit because of the beard. You know, everybody in the damn store, all the dudes in there had full-grown beards. I get out the car, I see a wave of men coming in flannel. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I am at Bass Pro Shop. Every guy in here is wearing flannel. I'm not wearing flannel. I'm wearing a Lockdown 23 and one hoodie. You know, so right then alone, people are going to be looking at me like he does not belong. He doesn't belong. Look at those neck tattoos. He don't belong here. Get him out of the gun section. He doesn't belong here. And I get out of the car. Okay, Brittany was driving. I get out of the passenger seat car. We're parked next to a pickup truck. And I get out, and I take a left to go smoke a cigarette while Brittany's getting the kids out. I want to get my cigarette out of the way. Don't want the kids smoking a cigarette. When I take the left, I get smacked in the eyeball by some fishing rods. I mean, my first time going to Bass Pro Shop, and I'm getting smacked in the face as soon as I get out of the car by some damn fishing rods. And it was one of those incidences that the fishing rod went directly into my eyeball. I mean, it wasn't like a serious impact, but it was just a direct hit into my eyeball. The little round thing on the back of the fishing rod that holds the line went right on my eyeball, man. I couldn't see for like 10 minutes out that eye. That was my first time coming out of the car at Bass Pro Shop. I got hit with some fishing rods. I go in there and I'm walking up to the entrance of the door. Nothing but freaking flannel. All these guys got flannel on. I'm like, where the hell am I at? I walk past the boat section and this old man's arguing with the grandma, his wife. I could tell it's his wife about getting a boat. She's saying no. He's saying, yeah, I want this boat. I'm laughing my ass off. The old man, he just wants his damn Bass Pro boat. You know, he probably went there to take the grandkids to see Santa. Ended up wanting to go home with a boat. You know, but I was laughing at that. But yeah, I go into the place and Brittany's like, we're here to see Santa. And they're like, oh yeah, Santa's packed for the day. You got to sign a paper online or fill out something online, you know, so you can be put into the line, you know, because I guess it gets packed. And she's pissed. She's like, you didn't have nothing to say, none of that online, right? And I'm like, God, here we go. Brittany's about to start a scene, and you know. And then all of a sudden, another mom pops up out of nowhere. It's like, yeah, you should have had it online. You know, I'm oh shit. Brittany just started this caravan of moms snapping at this manager about Santa being too packed to see any more kids. And I'm like, oh, at least it ain't just Brittany. It's a bunch of moms now getting heated up at this manager, right? And I look over to the right and I see like 3 or 4 husbands, okay, of these wives that are attacking the manager about the bullshit Santa Claus list. I'm over here. I kind of take a few steps over next to the husbands, right? And we're looking at each other like, you know, like, we got to go through this shit. But at the same time, in the back of our heads, we're like, yes, we ain't got to wait no damn Santa Claus line, dog. You know, we could just go cruise around the damn quads and four-wheelers and shit, you know. That's what we're thinking in the back of our heads while the wives are over there snapping on the manager. You know, there ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't no, you know, you just gotta take your loss and move on with life. But I'm not gonna lie, man. Bass Pro Shop got a lot of cool shit in there. You know, they really do. Like everything in there, I could take home and have some fun with it. But yeah, I'll never forget walking into them damn fishing rods as soon as I get out of the car, man. You know. Only at Bass Pro Shop does that happen to you. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell if you did. Go check out all the links in the description of the video. Add me up on Twitch. I game 2 times a day, 2 live streams a day. Twitter, Instagram. Go check out my Teespring page for all your Lockdown 23-in-1 merchandise. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I salute to every last one of you who've been supporting me since the beginning. And everyone who's just now joining the lockdown compound, y'all be easy, be safe, and stay free.